Hello and welcome to another episode of the Chaotic Minds. I'm your host, Devontae Ewing, aka DJ Thunderbase, and I am joined today with my co-host.
Oh, wait, hold on. Where'd your hair go?
Damn it!
Where'd your beard go? You're freaking me out, man.
Yeah, no, I was just like he was full screen. I was staring at him, and I'm like, no. Anyway, sorry, Mayhem. Continue.
All right. My name is Henry Montney, also known as Mayhem the Heart's Mace. Hey, how you guys doing today?
I am Dark Trooper, coming from you live from secret location, aka my couch.
Just for the record, Drew, I go last, so you can go next, and then Fenrir.
Understood.
All right. So, Drew, introduce yourself, my brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. My name's Drew Hopper.
Also known as Knucklehead. He's a pretty solid head. Don't worry. Right. All right, Fenrir.
Hey,
Daniel.
Damn.
I guess I'm just gonna go, and I am the Supreme Llama Overlord. Only 1 week into a new job and already down 10 pounds. Apparently, the secret fitness plan wasn't a gym membership. It was being too busy to remember where I put my lunch. At this rate, HR is going to classify me as company equipment, and OSHA is going to require reflective tape so people can still find me. So if I sound a little lighter this week, it's because part of me is still somewhere back in a high-low onto a trailer.
I'm still looking, by the way. Still can't find it.
Well, that's because nobody's applied the reflective tape yet.
I need a flashlight. That's what you're saying. All right.
Sorry, did you say flashlight or fleshlight?
Damn it, Llama.
So for the record, this week the damn it llama counter will be down because I am exhausted.
I'm
And
sorry.
Damage.
Damn it. No.
All right. On that note, Thunderbase Studios. Oh, in a minute.
All right, we're gonna get things started like how we always do with relationships with Henry May.
That guy.
Yeah. What he somewhat said.
Hello, guys, girls, and squirrels. How's everybody doing today?
I think I fucked a squirrel earlier.
That poor
Damn it, Llama. What the fuck?
It
Just started.
Disappointed.
So, anywho.
Sorry, I meant to say fudge.
Son of a hooker. Anywho.
You leave my mother out of this and her daytime jobs.
I'm just going to cry.
Does she know about the squirrel?
Oh, my God. We're all nuts
No,
here.
because then I would have to give her a share of the profit.
Wait. She doesn't know about the squirrel?
Yes,
I'm about to
because
say, hold on a minute. Hold on.
Look, my mother is also my pimp, okay?
We knew it.
I swear, if I ever see her, she just comes up and hits you, I know why.
Well, she's going to be up here for Father's Day because my grandpa lives up here.
Oh, yeah, so you're definitely going to get hit.
Only if she watches the podcast.
Definitely good. Send it mysteriously. No, I'm joking. On that note, though, for relationships, as I stated, as I always do, when it comes to relationships, the number one thing for understanding is communication. Communication is key to all relationships, from friendships, workships, to relationships, to just being friends with somebody or just meeting them on the street, just a random person. The point is you communicate accordingly and be respectful, mindful. You don't step your boundaries, overstepping your boundaries. You don't be rude, disrespectful, abusive.
I
Don't
got a
put
question.
religion or politics right off rip when you first meet somebody. Let
Have an
them
answer.
know each other. And then what was that, Llama?
I got a question for you. What does it communicate to a stranger by me shoving a foot up their ass?
What's this about? What's this about? Someone's foot up their ass?
Damn it, Llama.
We're talking about your usual Saturday night, Drew.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about those.
I'm gonna cry. I'm so gonna cry. Damn it, Llama.
Don't
Why?
cry.
No,
All of a sudden, it just hit me. I forgot about those.
just remember, Llama
My
was
foot?
raised by Good Foreman. So, anybody caught that 70s show reference? They understand. This
I
is-
was
remember, by
raised
the
by,
way, it's
do
very
you know where your
creepy.
kids are?
I don't even want to acknowledge what you just said.
That's
So-
okay. I don't even remember what I just said.
Go
I
ahead.
didn't even hear him.
On that note, we have a disclaimer for this. This is Levi Nichols and Loki, the dog. I watched this guy for the past year plus. Probably about
Seriously,
2
what is with the freeze frames in this guy? I feel like he's judging me.
I feel like Devontae is perfectly getting him, or that's just he's just doing it on his own.
This is just the face he has at the very first shot of each video. That's what I do.
He does
I
not
go all
look
the way to the start of the
amused.
He's
video and
totally
pause it.
judging him. That is a totally judging face.
I'm judging you.
In truth, Levi Nichols, his videos kind of, at least paused form, remind me of Lost Pause, and his
Oh,
motto: never pause, lost pause.
He's definitely lost. That's for sure. Shit.
Oh, he's a real cool dude, though. Real smart, good on relationships and stuff. This guy's been through the ringer a few times, and I lived a similar life in my own way, but did different paths at a different time. And then Loki is the awesome dog in the background. That is what people mostly watch the show for. Is they love that dog. And remember, people, I'll choose the dog. Yes, I will. But Levi here pulls up some cool videos from other video people as well, and YouTube people and such, just like we're doing now. But just like it's like the Paragon thing, video and a video and a video and a video, and he does it too. But the point is, it brings up good relationship advice and explanatory from himself, let alone the other experiences other people are explaining, and that's what we're doing here for relationships as well. So let's hit it and see what happens.
I guess I should start my own private practice because everything this woman's about to say, this psychotherapist, I pretty much have said before, but in a different way. Let's get off into this.
Nobody talks about the moment that you give up on dating. That just feels so good. Like, I am just done trying to find a man, a boyfriend. Feels good to just like be like, you know what? Focusing
Sounds like
on me
you're
this
done for.
year. Not that I ever was the type to
always
really
say.
go out and per se look for a boyfriend, but it feels good to just give up on dating and just be like, the guy just don't really care. I know that sounds bad, but oh well. I just don't really want to focus on
say
that. I want
that
to focus it on
Until you're
me.
like
I want a
35,
career,
40 years
my
old
life,
and have
what
a
makes
clean
me
cat.
happy.
Okay.
Not trying to be a dick, but look a penis. Like straight up.
And
How'd
you know
my
the
dick was
guy
out?
would care if you give him something to care about.
Yep. And instead, she's putting her caring into caring about people that came here illegally to kill them. It's so stupid. All right, but let's check out more of the video. There's a psychologist here.
Allie.
Hi.
Okay, we'll do whatever.
Hi.
You want to focus on you because you're a loser in the dating market, bro. That's what it is. Women can't handle rejection, and she's going to
No, they
go off
can't.
into this here in a second. You're going to see exactly what I mean.
Hey, so did
Um,
something happen?
I feel like, and I can speak to some women who are in Gen Z,
Look
I've
for
had
Levi's
so
in the
many
show.
bad experiences dating. And when you have so many bad
She's a runner, she's a track star.
There we go.
She is.
experiences after
Look
bad
on her
experiences, it's
whole
like riding a
horrible
bike. Like you fall
Copyright.
off the bike, and then you fall off the bike again. You're like, now I don't want to get on the bike. You see
Mhm.
the bike, and you're almost afraid of the bike. You're like,
Mm.
keep it away from me.
Lady,
And my friends have had
What's funny is she should be
You're right.
using herself as the analogy as the bike.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
concept.
This
How many people
whole
do you wanna ride?
logical, like this ideology here.
It just when it comes to relationships, like the girls that want to say it, things like that, that just worries me and bugs me when they're just like, oh, I just want to bounce around, and then they're like, oh well, I just don't like men because I just got ran through by like 50 dudes, and now I just can't find the right guy, because they want to do the thing, as he calls it, Frankensteining. They want to mix 4 or 5 guys' good qualities together to hope they find one guy that has all those qualities. Not everybody has the same qualities. We all have different things. I hit most qualities when women like, but I have that bad attitude of I don't care and I do what I need to do to survive and do what I need to do to take care of the family. So F off if you like it or not. And some women love it. Women don't.
Most of the time, the only box I don't check is the looks box. That's about the only thing I don't check usually.
Well, that's what you get for shaving off your facial hair.
Damn it, Llama. I mean, you mean if you give like
no, even with the facial hair.
I mean, the things I would have did to that mouth.
Damn it, Llama. The fuck.
Hey,
Well,
look, I walked face first into a forklift extension. Okay.
hell, you walked face first into something. Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just said what it was. It was a forklift extension. I forgot it was there. I hadn't used it in like 4 days.
I don't think it was a forklift. I think you dove into something else. But anyway,
I mean, ran into my penis. He just doesn't
This
want
lady
to tell
touches on it here in a bit, but it's like if you had a
we can go back to it though. Let's see what the rest
bad
of this lady
experience at a restaurant, would you just stop going out to eat? No, you just know that that restaurant's not good, so you're going to go try another one. So you get on this bike, and then you this bike doesn't work, and then the next bike doesn't work. This is the whole problem. Women just do not deal well with rejection, but they expect men to go out in the dating market and just do fine with it.
Can I ask?
Well,
Can
they expect the guy to be like,
what do you?
"Oh,
What is
yeah,
bad
I want you
experience?
to-
bad
I want you to be
experiences.
that guy."
Just guys who I'll meet
want the
them,
guy
they'll
to be
present to
like-
be one way at first, and I later find out that they're a completely different version of themselves.
Somebody's going like this right there.
Yes.
And notice, and when because I watched this prior because I wanted to see if it was even worth covering, and it is. This chick in the white is goated. But watch how she talks about all her relationships as if it's everyone's doing it to her. None of it's her fault.
That's part of it.
Yeah,
They're
they
lying
always
about like big aspects of their lives, like
accountability.
careers or past people that
Well,
they dated.
pause it for 1
So
second.
it really kind of
what was
for
that you
me,
said, Dark
set me
Trooper?
back.
Well, it's just a lot of women expect the guy to be like the like they want the guy to be like 1950. Where they're expected that the guy is supposed to be paying for everything, to be
Providing, paying for everything, doing all the stuff, and protecting the house and being the manly man and repairing everything.
and all that.
Looking good and built.
That's what most women expect. But the problem is, a lot of guys don't do that nowadays.
Oh, it's also because the
I know how to
girls
change
don't
out-
do what the
I know how to
girls.
change- I know how to rotate my tires. I know how to change out a battery on my car, but I don't know how to like
I know how to yank a banana.
every
I
guy.
bet you do.
That's a universal thing. The point
I'm gonna
I'm
cry.
making is that a lot of women expect guys to do certain things, where the guys expect women to do these things, but when they don't, that those expectations don't collide right, it always causes friction, and it ruins the relationship because you were expecting the guy is expected to do one thing, the woman is expected to do the other thing, and then they don't communicate well between each other. But,
Oh, yeah,
but
communication. That's why I talk about the whole communication is key, because a lot of these girls sometimes don't want to communicate because in those ways because it's about accountability, because they don't want to admit that they're wrong if they did something wrong. Usually when a guy screws up, you know what they do? I messed up, man. Can you correct me on like how do I do this? How do I fix this?
actually, the one of the hardest things for both genders, I should say, well, all three genders, they should say, is to say,
These are rare.
I am wrong. There's a lot of people have the hardest. That is the hardest 3 words to say.
It's because they weren't taught it at a young age.
Okay, you real quick. What on earth is the third gender? I know male and female.
Hermaphrodite.
What on earth is the third
That
gender?
hermaphrodites, which
Animal.
hermaphrodites technically don't fully count as an actual third gender because they need to be high enough number in the actual population. The only-
Animal.
Yeah, and you look at it by male and female, and then it goes.
The third gender is a thing called hermaphrodite,
It's
which
just
is
a person that was born with a genetic gene deformity that makes it so they have both parts, but it also makes them sterile. They're born sterile. It's the same thing like a
they're chimera. So they literally have both sets of genitalia,
internet.
they can't have kids.
There we go. Yeah,
It's
we are.
rare.
That's what I'm saying. It's
It
like
does happen,
technical.
but it's rare.
It's like God's way of saying you were created, but you are not supposed to.
In fact,
procreate and make
it's
more of it.
actually in Greek mythology there actually is a god that is called hermaphrodite. That's
Yeah.
where the word comes from.
That's where it comes from in storyline. That's the concept. It's a genetic default that where you're born in a sterile form, meaning you're not supposed to breed, meaning God's telling you you're not allowed to breed. You exist until it's time to go back into the soul pool and do it again. But this time you might get one or the other. Sometimes you win both, but is it a win? It all depends. It's in the Native American heritage. They usually had them as the witch doctors, or not witch doctors, but I forgot what they call it.
It's called different names and different.
Yeah, depending on even the tribes all have different ones. But let's finish up this part before we go on to the next.
And didn't really want me to date. It's not just me, it's my friends. I hear it from other people online on social media as well. And it makes you not want to date anymore. So I feel like with dating, a lot of women like myself have been disappointed, right? You never want to feel disappointed in something, but a lot of men feel angry. So I guess my question would be, what do men and women really want from each other with dating, and how as a society do we move forward?
Oh, that's simple.
Here's what men and women both really want, but nobody wants to.
They want honesty, truth, and also as for men, they want a good, loyal, loving woman that can be there for them, and they can support them in a mental, emotional kind of manner, which women are really good at. And that men just want a little bit of lust on top of that, to ease down their brain. That's called post-nut clarity for a reason. Literally bust a nut, you think completely different compared to when you were horny as fuck. That's not even a joke. It's an actual mental thing. And then when it comes to women of these days, sadly, a lot of them are all about the money and the options and the items, and that's a bad thing. And there's the ones that are old school, like how my wife is, that are just like, I want to live a happy life. I want to just spend time with you and the kids. I want to raise a family. I want to cook and clean and not have to worry about working and getting up. Like being a mom is plenty of work in a good way, though, with it, where the what do you call it? The reward is the growth of the child learning and becoming a better person for the next generation and such. And at the same time, you help out with the husband while the husband does the hard, dangerous job, where the wife is doing technically more things than the man is. Yes, she is doing more things because she's doing the small, tedious stuff over and over again and have to be repetitive and do it numerous times and widespread until the husband comes home. The husband's just doing a hard labor manual job, usually that rips him apart over time. But those are my thoughts and experiences. And what I know is I've studied psychology and I've checked out the stuff when it comes to learning the experience.
There's also the flip side. If the woman is the one who's actually bringing in the bread, and it's the guy who's the
Levi Nichols was like that. His wife, he was paying the bills for a while until he got big, and then they cut it to half and half. And then once he was making enough, he said, "Honey, you can stay home now. I'm going to pay all the bills." And she wanted that. She wanted it the whole time.
Everything they tell you was a lie. And this guy says he can prove
like a year or two longer just to hold off to make sure he was okay until he got up on YouTube and got famous. And then once he was able to pay the bills, he started paying the bills and let her just be a stay-at-home mom, which is what she always wanted. Just like my wife, she just wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Everybody pushed her for school and college and everything else. And she didn't want that.
I also believe it's also goes by a case-by-case basis.
It does. But that's something that people should be.
In most relationships, it's your relationship is the when they work. But in some relationship, it's actually the woman who makes more money, and the guy is the stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, and there are those, depending on your job, but usually women like that usually don't have very many kids or have any at all. And by the time they do start trying to have kids, they're way too old and they start realizing it's too late for them. But on that note, we're going to go to the next section now, or are we doing another one of relationships? Are we still are? Is there anything else, Thunderbase, for relationships, or is that it?
Thunderbase, I love it.
All right, Thunderbase Studios, hit it. Lore, people. It is lore news.
Today we're talking about Captain Domsky.
Oh no. Oh no. All right, well, first things first.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
It's a super copyrighted.
You ever just shit your pants randomly?
No, can't say that I have. Not since I was a baby.
Devontae, you got DJ Thunderbase. You have anything?
All right, what's this one?
Says that everything they taught you in school was a lie. And this
Back
guy
down,
says
this
he can
guy's
prove it. But I
fucking-
believe him 100% because the amount of false information that I was taught when I was a child, like, for example, I was taught in my middle school that white people were the only ones that owned slaves. Fast forward to 2020, and now I know that's complete bullshit.
That is
It is very
a lie.
scary that
That's the point. Because
who controls what children are taught
the last
and
people
who
that
controls
were-
the media essentially rules the world. There's a lot
they're
of
the first
lies
to
that are taught in our history books, and
Slavic people was slave came from, which were white people that were enslaved. They were enslaved
Very
by
interesting.
Arab.
In fact, a lot of the slave traders are actually also Arab.
Most slave owners and highest slave owners to this day and from there is Muslim, Arab, and region, and then African after that, and then I believe it's Chinese after that, and then all the other races and cultures, even Native Americans to a certain point, then the white people, and then the white people were the first to abolish it. I know the history. I'm a mutt. I'm mixed with all different races and religions. Fight me. So let's check out
Now,
this guy's
in the year of 2026 that we're unlearning things that we were all propagandized to believe when we were children.
You tell
I'm
him,
going to
Zach.
say something right now that
He talks very
that-
monotone though.
might make you think crazy, but just stick with me. The man who pioneered the marcation system in America
What?
went missing in a yacht accident.
Really?
Where that is. Done watching this video,
Okay.
you'll know that not only am I not the crazy one, you yourself might leave with your reality completely shattered.
Okay,
And
I'm ready.
I'm not exaggerating.
Okay.
And I don't
I'm
mean
the
to
crazy
overhype
one.
this video. I hope you guys can be the judge of how it ends up.
Yeah, Lama,
But
you're
I
pretty
personally think that
I'm going to go into this as unbiased as I possibly can. I'm willing to hear this guy out.
this might be the most important and most revealing video I've ever made on this channel.
How is
Because
everybody always
there's a lot.
related to
There's a
Epstein?
lot, trust me.
Is there anybody
Because-
who also I love that water? That's this guy lives in Texas. He's only
He was
Texas.
like Hydra. He's
That's
his
water,
tentacles
sure.
everywhere.
But yeah, I mean Jeffrey Epstein, a person and higher power that just didn't want to fuck kids. I'm so confused.
Mohammed.
There was Michael
Oh,
Jackson.
all right, said that. Michael Jackson protected all the kids as best he could.
That was the whole purpose of Neverland being born or being made, was to protect
Yep.
kids from Epstein's Island.
And but yet they try to project as Michael was the bad one when actually he was the good one, because all those people that falsely accused him all came out later saying that it was all, they were all paid to say it, and it was all for money, and none of it was true. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, Michael was trying to protect people. Why do you think the Illuminati and all that other shit didn't like him? Because you notice and you start paying attention to his lyrics. His lyrics were saying Gesundheit.
I cracked my back.
Daniel, Fenrir, are you alive?
Are you awake?
I think he joined and then like.
Is your voice working again?
I think he has himself muted and he doesn't know how to unmute, or he is busy and just listening in. You perv.
He's not
I
talking. in
think
the
he
private
might be
chat.
having mic issues because he is not muted.
Oh,
Yeah, I was about to
weird.
say he doesn't show us muted.
He's
All right.
he's not mute.
I'm
Because
a mute.
what happens if you realize that everything they taught you in school from a young age might have all been built
I'll go for that.
upon lies
If anybody needs me, I'm
Well,
gonna
that'd be
pass
pretty
out.
bad.
I think the
when
biggest
you
Good
went
night,
to school in
everybody.
America? I guarantee
Damn it, Mama.
you recognize
Damn it, Mama.
and remember these books, and
Mama, Mama.
specifically
Oh,
this
Austin.
company, McGraw-Hill. It's
I never used that movie.
About they just look like middle. They just look depressed. They look tired. They look mundane. We're secured, and it's kind of a sad environment for children to be raised. If I have kids, I think I'm just going to homeschool them because the public school system, I honestly think it's failing the citizens of the United States.
actually almost a quarter of the entire market share of the American education system.
Never met with
They're literally
way
where
smarter than their person.
either logo plastered in every corner of the also like standardized exams. Everything even remotely related to the educational business likely has McGraw-Hill involved in some way.
Next time you're in a school, pay very close attention to every poster you see on the wall.
And the authors and the
poster.
people that, yep, they got little words at the bottom that you can read that say from where and who created or controls or owns it. It's creepy when you start looking up what it is and who it's connected to.
I never used those when I was a kid.
My parents, no, they never tried to either. I did other stuff. It was before technology. That looks newer.
Did you ever read Scholastic books?
Yes.
Yes.
That's McGraw-Hill.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that stuff that's all connected and it's creepy. This is the stuff I was talking about. That was a crazy lore of our own world. Don't cancel us, internet, because we're telling the truth. Which I know I guess that's against the law in the internet. Is telling the truth. I get in trouble for telling the truth a lot and calling people out a lot. Literally, people try to ruin my life for just like, hey, look, this person's a hoe, or hey, look, this person's abusive, or hey, look, this person hurts dogs. And they're like, how dare you tell people my dirty secret? Well, go fuck yourself. Maybe you shouldn't have done that.
Or maybe not do the things that you make that then don't do shady shit.
That's what I just said. Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't have
Everything done in
Don't go fuck yourself.
The old
yeah.
saying goes, everything done in the dark will one day come to light.
Well, here's where I would have gave a fuck. If I had one. but really, let's finish up a little more on this, and then if you want, you can adjust a little further.
Trying to find a classroom without.
The guy needs to go touch some grass, though. He's looking very pale.
He's Asian. Most Asians are pale.
What does that mean? Well, in simplest terms, the person that pushed the textbooks that we learned from during our child years in school was functionally Jeffrey Epstein's child is currently reading in school was Jeffrey Epstein's father-in-law.
Bro, this is what I mean. Like, it is so scary for a child to be raised in this environment filled with agenda pushing and just it's propaganda. I mean, these schools, they teach you to be gay. They teach you it's cool to be trans. They teach you to be atheist, and they just make you retarded. They do, and it's by design. And I feel like we as a people, when possible, we need to be homeschooling our children. If there is any
common sense is so rare now. Common sense was very common back in the day. And common sense was very active in like the 60s and 70s, even to the early 80s. And then we lost complete common sense in the 90s, 2000s and up. Only a few of us have it. It's pretty insane. And it's because they brainwash people. If you also notice, why do schools look like prisons? Why are they created by the same contractors that create prisons?
Well, it's because they're trying to make it more safer, but because of all the school shootings.
It's a conditioning thing. It's to condition you to get used to a factory or to a prison setting. You're either going to be in a factory like that all the time, which that's what the whole thing was, is that you'll be a worker, or you're going to be in prison. It's going to be the exact same way. It's just more aggressive as you get older. And that I learned a lot about this doing contracting and building and stuff and working with schools and going, wow, this is creepy and scary history. Yeah, so
you can take a look at old school schoolhouses. They were old school schoolhouses had a look that was very appeasing to kids.
Church almost.
Yeah,
it looked like something they'd be humble to come to. Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Dark Trooper?
But also remember, a lot of those schoolhouses were also run by the church as well. And they actually were taught Bible verses in those schools.
I tell them to check his settings. Check.
The thing is education is important, but it's like one of the biggest things I find most irritating is that in high school, I view high school as a transition period between learning your basic, like your ABCs, your 1, 2, 3s, and all that stuff, and trying to start building skills that will help you in your later life as an adult.
That's what it's supposed to be. High school is supposed to be to get you prepared.
That is why I'm a firm believer of kids. That shop classes should come back. I know they are liable. I know there's liability problems, 100%. But shop classes are always going to be a system where you can because let's be perfectly frank, ladies and gentlemen. No, not every kid is going to grow up to be a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO, or whatever. There are going to be people who are going to be welders, who are going to be carpenters, who are going to be mechanics. And it's actually a very good business to learn. If you know how, one of the things I found most interesting is that if you know how to do a thing, you are most likely going to be able to be more useful to people. You can literally write your own check, or you can literally you will never be out of a job.
You should be learning how to do your own taxes. There was a point in time where they did teach people.
Goes along with what I was getting ready to bring up.
Yeah.
Another class that needs to come back, which is a class called Stocks and Businesses. Teaches that.
I was in the class.
I did too. And then
learned a lot. I actually know a lot about stocks.
2010s, during the 2010s, they cut that out. They completely cut it out because, at least in my opinion, I think they were trying to make it where people didn't know how to properly make money anymore.
Yeah, they were just making you dumb consumers. They just wanted you to consume. They didn't want you to learn to each be rich, because everybody in America could be rich. Look at our tax system. Look how much we have to pay for taxes for things that we don't even know where it's going or what are we doing with it. And they're wasting billions of dollars on protest and purposely spending money on things they shouldn't be. That could be going back to the people, or fixing things like the roads or anything else, or the payback checks they said they were going to send, they never sent, for the billions of dollars that were stolen, that was ours, that they said they found and they could use. And they're like, okay, cool. Why don't we have it? None of us got a paycheck. That's why I don't trust either side of the left and right, and we have our own middle. But on that, we're going to do our next episode.
So we're not doing any more lore?
All right, is there any more lore, Thunderbase, before, because Trooper here has something small.
It's not small. I'm going to tell you that.
I was meaning your lore.
Yeah, it's not small. I was going to talk about the month of June.
Okay.
The history, but if we can do it next week.
It's up to you, Thunderbase.
Yeah, we can run that one next week.
Okay.
All right. Save that one for next week. All right. Safety tips, scam protection.
I have one. Don't run into forklifts.
Good idea. I like that. That's good.
Damn it, Llama. You're not even here. We're damning you. But yes, don't run the forklift. Look before you leap. That's the big one. Pay attention to what you're looking at and what you're doing. Observe your surroundings before you move around. You don't want to step in a hole, dislocate an ankle, or wrap your foot around a cord, or step in something sharp, or get bit by something. I've walked in. I don't know a story about that. When I was younger, my dad took us out to a camping, and there was these brown hills, and some were almost as tall as me, like 3 foot high. I didn't click my head. And I'm like, oh, these are cool. It's all just sand and dirt, and didn't see nothing moving around them. I ran right through like 2 or 3 of them and drop kicked one.
We lost you.
Internet, are you there? Okay.
No.
I ran through 2 or 3 of them and drop kicked them. I was like maybe, I don't know, like 10, 12, something like that. Covered in ants. Big, giant fire ants.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you. Ow. It was not fun, because those things bite, and they like to bite. and there was lots of them, and I was covered. It hurt, and there was a
I would
stream.
imagine so.
Oh yeah, they bit everywhere and anywhere they could. And they'd crawl in anywhere they could. My dad told me to jump in the stream that was just a little bit down the hill, but as I'm running, I ran through a bunch of poison ivy, a giant patch.
Just to add insult to injury.
Yep. And then I jumped in the water, and yeah, they didn't end well either because there was a bunch of crayfish that were like pinching the fuck out of me. Those things are mean.
At least it's better than piranhas.
Yeah, I know, right? If I was in a different
Or like
continent, I would have been screwed. But it was like a perfect comedy event. Like you jump in through this, you learn your don't do stupid things, and you'll find out. Now the FAFO thing, it's a real thing. It really don't mess around with things because you'll learn the hard way. Don't fight a bear; it'll eat you.
I had to go more with camping.
That's one.
If you do get poison ivy, remember leaves of 3 is the way to be with poison ivy.
So
it's best to remember more than just leaves of 3, because there are a lot of plants out there that have only 3 leaves.
True.
It's low to the ground, 3 leaves, 3 spiky leaves, and a red stem.
The way to do it is it's because remember that the oil, the poison ivy is an oil, not a prickers. It's oil. It's an oil that
so it's on the whole plant.
So you have to use like something that will break up the oil. And that's the best way of not getting it. I think it was like alcohol or something you're supposed to use if you get hit with poison ivy or something.
I don't remember. I haven't touched
Funniest thing is poison ivy is actually a medicinal herb too.
It is. And any poison every medicine is in fact a poison. It's just a lesser dose. So all medicines is technically a poison all medicine can be a poison if you eat too much of it.
Well, technically, you eat too much of anything. You even drink too much water, it'll kill you. Too much air will kill you. Yeah, too much of anything, it'll kill you. So, be mindful. But yeah. So, is there any other kind of safety tips you guys can think of besides watching your step moving around before we shift over to scam protection part? While you're
nickels,
when you're cutting with knives such as food and whatnot, don't stick your hand out while you're chopping. Use your knuckles and you brace around and you pull and move. Don't keep out fingers extended. The same thing when you're using a saw or any other kind of tools, or a rip saw or anything else, or a concrete saw. Oh, those things are scary. It's interesting. But for safety, for anything else, be mindful of your step. Especially in the summertime now, you don't know if you're going to step on a bug hill or if you're going to catch a tick on your leg. Check your pants.
And check your legs.
Also, if your wood chipper gets stuck, don't just look into it. Turn the machine off.
Also, check under your as well.
On your size. I think maybe when you clicked on permissions, you might have.
Also, when you are if you're wearing shorts and you're in the long fields, you need to check under your pants, because ticks like going to dark, warm places to do their thing. They like darkness. So they literally, like, I have done this. This has happened to me twice, where a tick was on my leg and it crawled under my shorts, and I didn't notice it until I was just happened to feeling around there, and I saw it, and I'm like, and I took it off and threw it out the window or threw it in the toilet. I have taken numerous ticks off myself over the last couple of years, and because I have a dog and she likes to go sniffing around and putting her face into tall grass and sniff around, and it's like, and I do my best. She has medicine that actually helps kill the tick if it latches on, but I do my best to take it off, because if it doesn't latch onto her, it will latch onto me, and I do not have that medicine. So be mindful if you're going to take your dog or any other furry furry animal into tall grass, make sure you thoroughly check them over, because a tick can literally latch anywhere as long as it will latch on. If it latches on, it's very difficult to remove.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for me. I know where I am for you. I will give you that. Okay, that's because I think that's celebrities.
All right, I'm helping Daniel with stuff. He's going to restart his computer and reconnect his headset, and then try to jump back in.
All right. And this week we are starting on the 27th.
I totally just smacked my knee. All right, you said what was the date for the birthdays for this time right now?
May 27th.
27th.
All right, celebrity birthdays, May.
Let's see. Who do we got?
Who do we got to start off with birthdays?
All right, and we're going to start off with Lisa Lopez. From 1971 to 2002, she was a rapper.
Oh, I got one right here.
I got one.
I got the original Dracula, Christopher Lee.
He was also Goo, and he was also Saruman in
he was also the Stoneheart King in Land Far Away.
He was apparently he was also in he was the step cousin of the author of James Bond. Huh.
Yeah, because he was James Bond was based off of him because he hunted and killed Nazis.
Damn.
Yeah, he was stabbed somebody in the back.
He was a soldier, and what makes it funnier is he actually I forget who he talked to about. He was actually coaching a director about how it would actually look if he actually like stabbed somebody. I forget what actually franchise he did that in. I think it was Lord of the Rings. Sadly, he has passed away. He died in January 7th, 2015, at the age of
1922 to 2015. Trooper took that whole damn thing. Yes, honey. All right.
How about this? Andre 3000 is 51. He's a rapper, and he is one half of the duo Outkast.
What's crazy is
the ones that brought us Hey Ya.
Is that his like name? He turned his like 3000 is actually what he did with his last name, or is that just his nickname, like what he's known for as?
I think that's just his stage name.
Stage name, okay.
Oh wow,
Mhm.
yeah.
I was gonna say, so there's some people that do that. They take their stage name and make it their real name, and it gets a little crazy.
Well, yeah, you for a lot of them they have to, so that way they can sign checks and and contracts using that name.
How about this one? Vincent Price. He died in October 25th, 1993, at the age of 82. He's most notable for his numerous horror movie films, such as the original House of Wax. And he appeared in over 75 films during his career, which spanned over 7 decades.
Yep.
Wow. All right, we got
Oh, he was in Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, he was the old man
Huh.
that at the very beginning that dies and has a heart attack. He gives them all the wanting to be alive.
You wanted to give him real hands, but
he made them, but
he destroyed them.
Well, Edward accidentally cut through them. Also, because he was dying, like the guy was having a heart attack right there. But okay, so let's go on to the next part. We got what about Natalie Neidhart, 44, a wrestler.
Oh,
yep, Divas and the
Neidhart.
TV series.
Neidhart.
Thank you. It's a different way of spelling it. She was in WWE Divas Championship. She won it in November 21st of 2010.
ooh.
All right, who's next?
She's Natalia, right?
Yes.
That's
Or Natalie.
Jim's daughter, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
I could have swore she was the daughter of Jim Neidhart of the
Probably.
Hart Foundation.
Oh, well, if she is, then that's cool. All right, let's do 2 more before we shift to the next day.
That's actually got me curious now.
I'm gonna do one right now. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go to the last person. Okay, I can't read that person's name either. This really sucks. Why can't I read today? All right, what about Richard? Wow, I can't say the last name. Schiff. Schiff.
Yeah, she's daughter of Jim Neidhart.
Oh wow, he is
The Hart
71.
Foundation.
He's the actor.
And she's married to Tyson's kid.
Oh wow. Yeah, he was in Jurassic Lost World. That's interesting. Okay.
All right, let's
do
move
one
to the
more.
28th.
There we go. Let's do that. 28th.
We're going to start that off with WWE wrestler Seth Rollins, also son of infamous Randy Savage.
Ooh, I got one. One of my favorite voice actresses, and for D&D as well, and for the Mighty Nine. And I can't wait because Vox Machina came out tonight, and I'm going to watch some of that tomorrow. Laura Bailey, 45. Wow, she's 45. She does not look it. Voice actress and D&D star. Voices like Maki Ariba in 2008, an animated series, and Soul Eater, and played Chun-Li in 2012 Street Fighter. And she provided voices of Kid Trunks in Dragon Ball Z. Well, that's pretty good. And Last of Us Part 2 as well. And then also the stuff from Critical Role, one of my favorite D&D shows to watch, even though we have our own, which is the Rolling to Die, because we are rolling to die. But yeah, I'm a big fan. Also, big crush on her when she married Travis and everything. And I was just like, oh, at least she got with another the smart, big, strong man. It's also another voice actor. She's really awesome. All right, who else do you guys got?
How about John Fogerty, 81 years old, lead vocalist and guitarist for Creedence Clearwater Revival. Known for songs like Fortunate Son and Have You Ever Seen the Rain?
All right, see if Finner is back. If you can, please. Maybe the reset worked.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. The reset worked.
Finally! I've been over here talking to you guys like a madman. My family thinks I'm crazy.
Don't they already think that?
Well, that's besides the point. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested.
Yeah, you just
not always conclusive.
All right, so on that note, I got one. Justin Kirk, 57, TV actor. He was in Showtime's hit series Weeds and Showtime's Kidding, and it's in an HBO series called Succession. It was 57.
Okay, so what date are we on?
The 28th of May.
Mm-hmm. Here's one that I actually did not even know this person died. Cameron Boyce died in July 6th of 2019, the age of 20. He was the child actor from Disney, best known for his roles in Grown Ups and Eagle Eye, and he was also the one who played Luke Ross on Disney's series Jessie.
Yeah, wow. How did he die?
He had a seizure in his sleep.
That's messed up.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was about ready to start filming Descendants 3 when he died. That's why they have a tribute to him.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, isn't his character the son of Scar?
No, he was the son of Cruella de Vil. He was Carlos.
Okay, I always get those two mixed up.
That's pretty messed up. I'm sorry he had that happen. I wonder if it involved medicines or drugs or something, or somebody getting...
Or just a random act of
Oh,
God.
he has epilepsy. He had epilepsy. He had really bad epilepsy.
Oh.
He went to go lay down and take a nap, and the guy that played his brother on Jesse, Ravi, found him.
Oh, that's scary.
And Ravi was, I think, 17 at the time when he found Cameron.
Yeah, totally broke that finger. All right. Let's go to like two more before we shift off to the 29th. Got Mary C. Peters, 26, pop singer. English singer.
Oh, we switched already?
No, not yet. We're still on the 28th.
Okay.
We got one more after this. Like, who wants to do the last one?
Not me.
How rude. Let's see. All right, did you get Jerry West? He is a basketball player, and he was from 1938 to 2024. He was Los Angeles Lakers and Boston Clerics as well. All right, let's go on to the 29th now, everybody.
I got one for the 29th. Musical composer for Nightmare Before Christmas and The Simpsons, Danny Elfman.
Okay.
He is 73.
Wow. All right, Thunderbase, you got anybody for the 29th?
Going with John F. Kennedy, 1917 to 1963, U.S. President. U.S. President.
How about Bob Hope, comedian? He died in July 27, 2303. At the he was a centennial. At the grand old age of 100. He was a legendary comedian who actually toured many USO shows from 1942 to 1991, telling jokes and being comedian and being silly for our troops.
I got one. Hollywood and TV actor Ted Levine. He's 69. You best know him as Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh dear. All right, I got one right here.
How about
you go ahead.
Noel Gallagher, 59, lead guitarist and songwriter of Oasis, one that brought us Wonderwall.
Nice. I got one. Carmelo Anthony, 42, basketball player. Played the Houston Rockets and Portland Trail.
Oh,
Blazers.
Carmelo
Wow,
Anthony.
Yeah, I read it in my head right, but I spoke out loud wrong. English, Henry, do you speak it?
How about Patrick Henry? He died June 6, 1799 at the age of 63. He is, in fact, a founding father whose most notable saying, "Give me liberty or give me death," and in fact is one of the ones who opposed signing the Constitution. He was most vocally opposed Stamp Act of 1765. Okay, that's good enough. I gotta get some.
How about Sabalina Fanene, aka most known as Nia Jax from WWE?
Oh, damn, you took mine. Okay, I gotta find a new one. Okay, I got one. Everyone from the Spice Girls, Scary Spice herself, Mel B. She is 51.
She does not look 51.
No, the Spice
Only
Girls
the
took
black-
care of themselves. Well, maybe for her, but all of them, like a lot of them, still look good for their age and everything. I'm a big Spice Girls fan. I'm sorry. I'll tell you what
If
I
you
want.
want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends.
That is so copyright. Please don't say on air.
Copyright.
Right?
That is
It's okay. It's
I'm
okay.
gonna watch the movie again, though. I can't wait. I'm gonna show my kid. It's gonna be fun.
I'm off key, so they can't copyright us. I can't carry a tune even if it had handles.
Yes, they can. Lyrics. Yes, they can. The lyrics are copyrighted.
Especially on a show like this. All right.
All right.
They will copyright strike you just because you just didn't sing enough.
Oh no!
All right, let's
Oh, yeah,
do
we
one
figured
more
it out.
before we switch over to the 30th.
All right, you got one?
I don't. Do you?
Yep, give me 1 second. All right, what about Paul Sneakson?
Ooh.
Skeens? Wow, I can't say that. Skenes.
Polly.
Paul Sneakenskin.
Skinez?
Skinez?
I don't know.
He's a baseball player. I was just trying to get some more people in there, man.
Jackson.
Wow, I can't read today. My literacy dyslexia is showing.
How about Ruby Jackson? She is the oldest child of the Jackson family who performed with her siblings and was on TV series The Jacksons.
All right, that works. And
All right, we're moving on to the 30th now. We're going to get that going with CeeLo Green, formerly known as Gnarls Barkley.
Everybody's kung fu fighting.
He came out as CeeLo Green, and no one actually, when he came out as CeeLo Green, no one knew that him and Gnarls Barkley were the same person. No one knew it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now that's funny. That's like me as Mayhem and as Oops, and no one knowing it's the same person. That was fun.
Twist ending to volume 3. Mayhem is Oops. No.
They're separate entities in my head.
Yeah.
Pro wrestling, I already did that whole thing.
Oh, true.
I retired that.
I got one for you. The man of 1,000 voices himself, Mel Blanc.
What just happened? All right, there we go. All right, so let's go and check out a couple others.
Ooh, how about this? Broadway actress, TV actress, a movie actress, Indina Menzel, 55, best known as her role as Maureen in Rent, Elphaba in Wicked, and she also plays Elsa in Frozen. She also plays Rachel Berry's mother in Glee.
Did she really play? Oh wow, I didn't know she played Elsa in Frozen.
Yeah, she's the voice of Elsa.
That's pretty cool. All right, they got Jane Seymour, 1508 to 1537. Wow, she was kind of young. Queen, she was Henry VIII. Oh, that's why. Second I remember, like, that's why she died young. Oh, okay. I'm sorry that you
lost your head.
Yep.
She had a really good head on her shoulders.
All right, let's do one more, and
How about legendary wrestler Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts?
Oh no, she Jane Seymour is actually the one that survived. She's the one that saw him to his end.
Oh,
right.
Being buried right next to him.
Oh, good God, poor man.
She couldn't even escape him in death.
Poor her. I wonder if she was like she was. They did the Egyptians where they just after Henry VIII died, they immediately killed her and mummified her. That'd be funny. Anyway, how about Mel Blanc?
Cool.
He died on July 10th, 1989, at the age of 81. He is best known for voice acting of Bugs Bunny, Porky Pig, Tweety Bird, and Daffy Duck. Fun fact.
Yeah, I already said him.
No, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said Mel Blanc, a man of 1,000 voices.
And of many voices, Mel Blanc. That's literally what he said.
Well, fun fact is actually that Bugs Bunny who actually saved him when when he was hospitalized.
Hello, nurse.
Wrong.
How about this? Guitarist Tom Morello, 62. Guitarist for Audioslave and Rage Against the Machine. He's also one of the co-founders of the Axis of Justice.
We're still on the 30th?
Yes.
All right. Did you guys get a Colm Meaney? 73 TV actor from Star Trek?
No. He was Colm, I think he was
Miles O'Brien.
Miles O'Brien in Star Trek Next Generation and Deep Space Nine.
I love Deep Space Nine. That was my favorite of all Star Treks.
He also plays a lot of villains and like antagonists. Yeah. Like he was the U.S. Marshal in Con Air.
USA. No.
He also plays a prospector, a railroad tycoon in Hell on Wheels.
Over 150 different acting roles.
Wow,
that's really cool.
He's done. He's stacked his credits,
and I guess he's still going. All right.
Moving on to the 31st now.
Sweet.
We're gonna start that off with Cupcake. Just saying it. Get out of here. Get out.
What kind of cupcake?
Known as Cupcake. She's 29. She's the one that does the song "Mouth Wide Open."
Giggity.
I got one for you.
All of her songs are sexual based.
I'm gonna cry.
So that's why I'm not gonna sing any of them.
One of the greatest emperors of the Mongolian Empire, the first emperor of Mongolia, Genghis Khan himself. He died.
The man that literally repopulated China.
Pretty much. No. He's got, like they say in the epic rap battles, he's got his DNA from New York to Japan.
I got one for you.
August 25th, 1227, at the age of 65, which.
Dude's probably the biggest man whore ever.
For that time period, that is pretty damn old.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Especially how he lived his life.
He is most famous for for the conquests of China and Central Asia, leading him to rule the largest continuous land empire in all of history. He is also famous for his untraceable but inexpensible number of children. And therefore, descendants he has had.
Dude's a man whore.
And wasn't the Great Wall of China kind of created
To keep him out?
It was created to keep the Huns out.
Which Genghis Khan was. Yeah, he
Genghis
ruled.
Khan was a Mongol. He was a Mongol, not a Hun.
Mongolians. They were different. But the building of China's or the Chinese wall was really dark. But let's go
I
on.
got one.
All right,
I got one.
All right.
YouTube gamer Evan Fong, also known as Vanos Gaming.
Don't know if I know about that one.
Dude he actually got his start in comedy videos. I remember when he first joined on YouTube.
I like comedy.
Yeah, now he's like the biggest gaming streamer there is.
You build
It's
audio.
because he kind of comedy can only take you so far. Really.
All right, we got one right here. Clint Eastwood, 96, director. He just said he retired recently.
Oh yeah, he's like what? He's almost a centennial, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 4 years away.
96.
Do not jinx it.
The guy's
Do
an
not
old
jinx it.
man.
He
He can't do it no more.
Oh yeah, I watched a lot of his movies.
Dirty Harry. What was it? The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Fistful of Dollars.
I think my favorite one is when he did Space Cowboys with Tommy Lee Jones and the other two, and he just punches the shit out of Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, to be honest, the matchup that I would have loved to see, Clint Eastwood versus Chuck Norris.
Would have been interesting, especially both in their prime.
How about this? Rapper Waka Flocka Flame, 40 years old.
Say that 10 times fast.
He got his start back up in 2010. Before the whole, in fact, I honestly feel the drug Flocka is named after him.
All right. Let's do one more.
I got one. How about Colin Farrell? Age 50. Oh, he's Irish. Anyway, best known for his role in SWAT, Famous Beasts and Where They Found. He was in Dumbo. He was Bullseye in Daredevil, in the Daredevil that shall not be named. He recently played the Penguin in the newest Batman movie.
Hey, he did good as Penguin.
He did so well. I think they actually were making a Penguin series just for him, if I remember correctly.
Okay. All right. Now let's move on to June 1st. As we started off with the most sultry voice in media, Morgan Freeman, 89.
Man, I used to watch him on the Electric Company, and he was high as hell.
I think probably one of his most famous roles was as Red from Shawshank Redemption. And
I was going to say Lucius Fox from Batman: The Dark Knight.
He was also a $1 Million Baby.
I think he was the best. I think one of his best, funniest roles was as God in Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. that was just hilarious.
I got one. How about
it was perfect?
How about one of the most iconic sex symbols of all, Marilyn Monroe, who died on August 4th, 1962 at the age of 36, she was an actress. She was a classic comedian. And and she is one of her most famous one is her skirt thing she did over the fan, over the grates.
I have actually seen a rare photo of her when she was meeting. I can't remember. I can't remember exactly which president it was.
John
But
F.
She was
Kennedy.
visiting. Thank you.
Because
she was
they
visiting
were talking about who
him.
having a fail.
She was visiting him, and the picture was shot while she was sitting in the chair talking with him, and she ain't wearing panties. Coach full out.
She also, I think she also dated a baseball player. Can't remember his name. I think it was Babe Ruth.
All right, let's do a couple
No,
more.
not Babe Ruth.
No, you're right.
How about Tom Holland, 30, best known as Spider-Man?
He was the Iron Spider.
Yeah, he got to do all the cool ones so far.
I got one. How about Andy Griffith? He died July 3rd, 2012 at the age of 86. Best known for a show called The Andy Griffith Show.
I used to watch that with my grandma.
Did you guys get Brian Cox?
No, we did not.
All right, well, Brian Cox, 80-year-old movie actor. Played in things the film Troy and Braveheart and Succession in 2018.
He played the King Agamemnon in Troy, and I believe he played in X2 as what's his face, the guy who made the X-Pat the project. Oh god.
Oh, you're talking about Slater.
Something?
Stryker.
What was his? Hang on.
Stryker.
Curran William Stryker.
Yep. All right, let's do one more before we shift off. You guys got one? I have Daniela Harris, 49, movie actress. She was in the franchise Halloween and also appeared in Hatchet. It's a sequel to Mary Beth Dustin. And became notorious as the queen of horror films franchises. All right, you guys got one more?
Let's actually move on to June 2nd. We still got 2 more days that we got to do.
Oh, gee. Yep, let's get this going.
Yep. So June 2nd,
I got to get going, guys.
All right, buddy. And we're going to be recording movies right now.
Yeah.
All right. On June 2nd, we've got AJ Styles, 49, WWE wrestler, recently retired.
Him wrestle. He's smart to retire early, though. He might come back after a few years or something missing it, but the stuff he did high flying is dangerous. When I'm a pro wrestler and I get it. I've only high flyed maybe 3 or 4 times out of like a 12+ year career.
Oh wow.
And it was dangerous just doing those few times. I stayed on the ground most of the time, and the only time I'd get up in the air is if I'm jumping up at somebody or something. But I didn't like getting on top of the ropes, jumping on people. The most I ever did was like a mega superplex off the top rope with somebody, and then a triple death or tower of death, which is a guy going for a superplex and the other guy goes under the guy for a power bomb, and I'm the one that power bombed both the guys at the same time. I lifted them both, walked and slammed them both right on the mat. It was like 400 and something pounds on my chest. I fucking slammed them. The bad thing is the other wrestler, he was so scared as I lifted him, he pissed himself. He beat on me a little bit, and I got so angry I slammed him so damn hard, knocked the wind out. He retired from wrestling, I think, not too long after that because of me. As like, you don't pee on people. I don't care who you are. But all right, let's go on to the next thing.
How about Jason Long, 48, best known for his role as what was his name? The role in As
You mean Justin Long?
Gary. What? Yeah, Justin Long.
You said Jason. That's why I said that.
Anyway, he's best known for his role as Gary in Jeepers Creepers.
Oh God! All right, I got one right here. One that Dark Trooper keeps saying to me, anyways. Wayne Brady. No. Wayne Brady at 54, TV actor and comedian. I love this guy. He's so funny. Let's make a deal. Whose line is it? Anyways, we're doing something similar to that soon, and a bunch of other things. All right, let's go to the next person before we shift off to.
How about this? Lester Napoleon Green, best known as Beetlejuice. Comedian, 58 years old, most known for his constant appearance on the Howard Stern Show, and his appearance on the comedy tour, The Killers of Comedy.
All right, let's do one more.
He has dwarfism and microcephaly.
How about Zachary Quito? 49. Best known for his role is as what was his
Spock.
Heroes.
Yeah, he plays Spock, and he also played in Heroes as the villain that would absorb everybody's powers. He played all over the place, being good guy, bad guy. He's a really good actor. But he has a very distinct face. So most things he plays in, you just see him.
I got one more. How about Martha Washington?
I was going to get her.
She is the very first lady.
He is the original first lady
She was the wife of George Washington. In fact, they actually had a bunch of spicy letters that they exchanged while he was off doing his thing in the Revolution, that were actually destroyed because they wanted to keep her privacy. And the only reason we know that those letters exist because they missed a couple. She kept the farm running, as well as she had 4 children she basically kept everything going while George was off fighting the Revolution.
All right, let's go on to the third.
We'll get that started off with WWE wrestler Jade Cargill, 34.
All right, nice. I got one right here. Jefferson Davis, 1808 to 1889 politician.
He was the first president of the Confederacy of the United. He was basically the president of the Confederacy.
Wow.
All right.
He was president. He wasn't very long. The Annoying Orange lasted longer than the Confederacy.
Wow, that's actually pretty bad. But still, all right, let's do another one. Hung Chow, 47, movie actress. She was in Alexander Payne's Downsizing. I remember that movie. And then Homecoming later in 2029. And then HBO's Watchmen. All right, who's next?
George V.
How about Michelle Keegan, 39 years old, soap opera actress. She's best known for her role as Tina McIntyre in Coronation Street, and she also plays Tracy in Ordinary Lies. She also began in the series Our Girl.
All right. What was that one you were saying, Dark Trooper?
George V. He was a British monarch from 1910 to 1963 until 1963. Was both the Emperor of India and the King of the United Kingdom and British domains. He was the son of King Edward II and the grandson of Queen Victoria of England. He was the first ruler of the House of Winchester.
Oh wow! All right, let's do one more, one or two more at the Thunder Base.
No, I'm done because I gotta get my stuff ready.
All right. James Puvier, Pure. Oh, wow, I can't say that. You already said that one?
No, I was just saying say that 10 times fast.
No. James Pureful. Wow, man, nope. I can't even say it twice. I can't say it once. All right. Fox, the following he was in, and he played Gallagher in 2025. All right. Thunderbase, any more before we end this tonight?
Not that I can see, no.
All right.
So,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to all of those and to all of those that we may have missed. At this time is time to move on to movies.
I've heard that music before.
All right.
I'm actually kind of excited for. Or do you guys want to talk about the one other thing today first, or do you want to?
I think Thunderbase trying to pull it up right now. You can talk about it for a moment until we pull it up if you want.
I'm excitingly, the new He-Man movie is coming out this Friday.
Oh my god, I know. I'm so pumped for that.
I think about is the drink container. You can get a full-on power sword that's a 40-ounce drinking container where the pummel actually extends so you can get the straw out.
I want one.
And you can attach the sword to it so it actually turns into the power sword.
I want one.
Okay, so side subject. Did you guys know that recently the Russo brothers for Avengers Doomsday, they were just in London doing reshoots for Doomsday again, and then they were trying to promote some sort of like everybody keeps getting so excited about the trailer coming out, but then they never drop the trailer. It's so funny.
I wonder if it was
the new scary movie's coming out this month too.
Oh,
I know. Yeah. There's so many movies coming out that we're all excited for.
Ooh! Amazing Digital Circus's last act is coming out this month too.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch the ending. Have you caught any of that, Drew? You watched any Amazing Digital Circus?
It is so good.
It's a mind buster. It's fun.
I don't think I've even heard of that. Maybe I have. I don't know.
We'll send you the link.
A lot of it is indie stuff. It's the same thing with like Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel. Like
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Is it like on Tubi or YouTube or something?
It was originally out on YouTube, but now it's like
it's on YouTube too. There's still
nice, sweet.
All right, but let's before we set this, we have Drew Daly Hopper here, also known as Knucklehead. He is an awesome man and helping us, and we're helping him, and we're all working together. And he is the head creator and owner of Knuckle Sandwich Studios. Do you want to explain anything on that, Drew, before we start this little video of our the movie preview?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you so much, Henry, for that awesome intro. So basically, just to kind of give Henry, are you good? Are you good if I give like a brief overview of the first movie and then
stunts, by the way. So
go for it.
All right, cool. Yeah, so basically just a brief overview. First film shot that during COVID. It's about a young man looking for his mom's killer. We think that it's something way more, right? He doesn't know what it is at first, tries to go above and beyond, teams up with a corporate police force with, so to speak, in this police force, finds out that there are also secrets that lie within. Now, because of this, we don't know what's actually happening. And that was in the first movie. The film, this whole team that we have united with, Knuckle Sandwich Studios has brought a team together, a team of brothers, a team of people that have created great, not only brotherhood, but also a great team of wonderful stunts. And this new movie that we're working on is not only just something special, but it's like there's like a 3-month time jump, and you're going to see that we've worked very hard to bring something new to everybody. So I think that it's just going to be something amazing, and we've put a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort into making this look really good for everybody. So I think it's going to be way better than the first one, which is always the end goal, you know. But I think that it's just we got to go above and beyond and make it worth it. And we do this for the fans, but we also do this by working together and making sure that, you know, the job gets done. So, yep.
Oh, and that is awesome. It's fun to work with you. You do a great job. You do many different roles and many different things. Same thing with us, and we all work together and flow together with our teams.
Yeah.
The Sandwich Studios and the Chaotic Era Odyssey, as we all do everything together to survive, make this a great thing. And there were some crazy shoots. Was it last weekend?
Yes.
Drew, where'd you go? Don't tell me his phone just died. All right. Let's see if he pops back on in a moment. You still there, Drew?
Aha.
There you are.
Sorry, so something just went out. I didn't hear anything after just a certain point. So
you're complimenting and thanking you, and then we were getting ready to play the trailer.
Oh, awesome. Sounds good. Well, hey, no, I appreciate everybody for being a part of this, and just, you know, the universe that we're building and everything that we're doing is just, we're going above and beyond. And I'm so grateful for you guys every day. Just, you know, you guys are such an amazing team, and yeah, man, we're going to make it happen, and we're going to blow it up as the main villain would say. And you'll find that out pretty quickly in this. What I love about this trailer before we even preview it is that we don't really dive into the story, which is great because it doesn't spoil anything. You know what I mean? So it's like,
it gets you to pull in a little bit. They're like, what's going on here?
right, exactly. It's all about the yeah. So yep. Here we go.
But anywho, DJ Thunderbase, hit it. No sound. Pesky value button. Hit it.
Again.
Hello?
Robert Key, you don't know me very well.
Who is this?
But you're about to.
Robert, you're going to want to see this.
Why? If you go in there, man, you're gonna get yourself killed.
All the countless lies will be lost. He got away.
Copy.
That was so sweet. I liked it. It was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I think that personally, there's a few things that obviously I have to touch up and make different, but it's at the end of the day, it's gonna like I think my my favorite part about that trailer was when Henry crashes to the glass and just goes, you know. That's like because you hear the glass shatter, you know what I mean? And it's like I wanted to leave that sound effect in there, and I was messing around with it when editing the trailer, and I was like, I wonder what it would sound like without it. And I was like, nope, I'm leaving the glass effect sound shatter in here because it sounds so much better with it. Because with DJ Thunderbass's music, and that's another thing too. Devontae's music and DJ Thunderbass, they're same guy, same person, but basically like his music brings such a new level to this film, and it's really just like watching that. I mean, like I listened to that song probably 10 to 30 different times on repeat before even editing that trailer, just to know where to place things, to know where to, and really it just was like, hey, it was like, I needed to know where to place stuff. So it was kind of cool because I was like, all right, I have a vision in my head. This is going to be cool here. This will be cool there. And then right when Henry crashes through the glass, I'm like, okay, music drop, go down, So I'm like, all right, that's it. Like, that's the scene.
It was really cool. Thunderbass, how long did it take you to make that song for him?
Probably.
It was a pretty quick turnaround, wasn't it? Right.
Yeah, it was. I think at most, maybe 2-3 hours at most.
It's amazing what you can do. I don't know how the heck he like literally. I literally asked him to, Devontae. I asked you to like put something together for me that was like on a grand scale, that was like epic and like huge. And I remember the words that I chose. I remember I texted him. I said, "Hey, we need something just massive, something to blow this up, something that's cinematic but epic and grand and huge." And he just, he sent it back to me within that time frame, and I was like, "Oh shoot, like what?" But it was like amazing, and then that also led up to the last few weeks of me being like, "Oh, okay, I can actually listen to," So. But I can't even tell you, DJ Thunderbass, listening to your music while I'm also working out is like the best thing because I'm getting used to knowing where like I can place footage. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you get in the mindset for it and stuff, and
he
loves to make music just because. And
it
works.
Yeah, and you're so good at it too. You know what I mean? And we're all so good at what we do, especially just being on this film and working on it, and everybody kind of just brings everybody brings it their all. Like everybody has their 2 cents in this film, and I just can't wait to. I mean, even you, Chris, too. I remember when we were at Rings of Steel, you dove onto a stunt mat, and I'm like, this guy's killing it, and I'm like, no,
Oh yeah, him being freaking the giant compared to all the rest of us, and he's doing all the stunts on and flipping around and jumping. It's pretty cool. All right, remember where can we reach you for your for promotions for you, Drew? Like what do you want to promote for, like what your studios, for like links or anything? Do you want to YouTube?
Yeah. So we have like we have the Instagrams, we have the TikToks. The links to the first movie are out attached to the Instagrams and the TikTok, the main TikTok page. It's under Knuckle Sandwich Studios. You can even check all of our other pages out too, including everybody on the team.
Check out his first movie that connects to this one. So you guys, before you watch this movie, Go and check out his first film, and then come back and be ready for this one. This will be ready and be out there by next year. You guys are going to love it. On that note, though, besides finding Thunderbase's music on Spotify, SoundCloud, and every music app there is, we're going to go to the Warhammer lore and then our final segment.
Whoa!
Greetings. By the grace of the God Emperor and with the blessing of the Horliotos, I am granted permission to tell you this tale. Today we are going to talk about the creation of a Space Marine. Space Marines, as we all know, are the 7-foot-tall, armor-clad giant demigods of war. But in order to create one is not an easy process. It is a long, dangerous, and very often brutal, fatal process. This process starts off by taking a normal human adolescent, usually between the ages of 10 to 16, rare 20, but it works better with adolescents. Usually the ages between, I believe was ages 10 to 14, or as old as 16. There's even some rumors of 20, but the problem is as you get older, it's harder for the process to be successful. This is a long and dangerous and potentially fatal process. The first stage of this process is recruitment. Space Marines usually recruit their people from feral worlds or death worlds. They are not looking just for martial prowess. They are looking for survivors, people who are not afraid to get their hands bloody to survive. So they usually go to places like death worlds, like Catachan, or feral worlds that doesn't know anything about the Imperium, where humanity is basically living on a primitive society, usually cavemen or feudal societies who have never been touched by the Imperium, which there are still some out there. They also go to these places called hive cities, which are big, stall, tower-like structures, usually billions of human beings crammed in here to work, toil, and usually they go to the gangs because that's usually where they find the best recruits. This is all depending on which chapter you're talking about. In some cases, like particularly with the Ultramarines or the Ultramarines or the Space Wolves, usually recruit around the same area. For example, in the case of the Ultramarines, it's usually around the Ultramar Segmentum or their main home world of Macragge. Now, once the recruitment process has been concluded, recruits become a thing called initiates. During this process, this is when the trials happen, where they take the ones that they selected from these worlds and weed out the ones that can't cut it. They do genetic screening, health screenings, and all that. Usually, during this part of the selection process, is that they are selecting for. They usually do trials. Now, each chapter is different, so a lot of them use a lot of the same. Some use a thing called exposure trial, where they take the recruits, put them out in the middle of nowhere, probably with nothing, and they are expected to achieve an objective while surviving. And they're not looking for you to succeed. What they are looking for is how you approach it. Some chapters, like the Blood Angels in particular, you do a thing called trial by combat, where they usually put the initiates against each other and they try to kill each other. Or they do a series of battlefield scenarios where the initiates are put against each other. Or, and this is also a possibility, they put them against a full battle brother with no armor. And it's not about success, even though it has happened from time to time. It's not about winning against the Space Marine. It's how you approach the victory. After these trials, after all these trials and recruitment, this is when they weed out the ones that they want. This is when the implantations start. Now these recruitments are going through a trial of 19 to 22 different organs that are being put into these particular particular recruits. Phase 1, actually in phase 0 for the Space Wolf, is the canine helix, which is only for the Space Wolves, so we're not going to talk about that. Phase 1 is putting in the second heart. Space Marines have 2 hearts. This allows much more blood to be pumping to circulate more blood so that they can function with higher functions. Next is the osmomede. It's a small, complex tubular organ that has been that brings out hormones, that produces hormones. This organ produces hormones that start the process of making these young kids coming to big 7-foot tall giants. This is also when they start introducing a tiny mineral into their food that also strengthens their bones. So after a while, their bones are as strong as plate steel. Then the bisectia. This small circular organ is inserted into the chest cavity. This organ helps grow the musculature that makes the Space Marine to become bigger and stronger. We already talked about those. In phase 3 is when, if you're talking about the alpha or the alpha and the beta in the Primaris Marines in phase 3, this is when they introduce the steel coils, the steel within. This is the coils that sinew that works around their tendons and ligament that gives them much more power than a regular Space Marine. But originally in the beta, it was the amplifier. This is a thumb-sized lump that inserted into the brainstem back here that allows them not only to grow the hormones to increase their body functionality, but it also allows them to amplify their brain function. Oh, this is talking about that. Their Heisman. It's an implant that increases the circulatory system and allows them to increase the platelets. This means that this allows the Space Marines to pretty much shake off wounds that would normally cripple a normal human being. So only the most fatal. The Laramin organs, where it's a liver-shaped organ that's the size of a golf ball, and implanted to place into the chest cavity that increases the circulatory system. Oh, that's the one I was talking about. The Caspian node. This is an implant that goes into the back of the brain stem, right about here. It's a P-shaped organ that allows This organ allows the Space Marine to actually turn off parts of their brains that allows them to sleep while in combat. So it allows them to continue to function especially when they can't get a full night's sleep. The pheromones. This one's actually a pretty funny one. This is a pre-stomach organ that actually is put above the stomach that allows the Space Marine not only to be able to eat anything that would normally make a normal human puke and die, but it also gives them the ability to able to eat their enemies and learn things from their enemies. So they can literally eat an alien's brain and learn all they need to know about how to run a vehicle. You see this very clearly in Uriel Ventris novel. Okay, the omniphage is
that is hardcore, creepy, and disgusting.
This implant is called the Remembered Sir. This allows the Space Marine to. Oh yeah, this is the one. This allows the Space Marine to learn by eating. The multi lungs. The ninth phase is when they start getting the third lung. This allows the Space Marine to operate in low oxygenation environments. So they literally have 3 lungs. The 10th phase is the oculobe. This is the implant that's base of the brain that allows them the hormones to grow to stimulate, gives them the optic nerve so they can see farther, hear more clearly. They can literally hear the whispers from across the room and pick and be able to immediately learn stuff. The Lemmermann's ear allows them to be immune from dizziness and motion sickness. This also allows them to hear much further. The Susa and membrane. This internal implant allows the brain to eventually merge with the recruit's entire brain in an inefficient without following chemical theory. This training, blah 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 blah. The molecular organ. This is organ that's. Oh, this is an organ that increases the thickness of the skin cells of a Space Marine. It makes their skin turn darker, so it's a lot less exposed to sun radiation. So it's allowed to. In some cases, it makes them paler. Or in the case of the salamanders, it makes them look like they're charcoal black. The omnikidney, the conjunction is a secondary heart implant that allows the Space Marine to filter blood much more efficiently, so it makes them more immune to poisons. The neural general, this is an enhancement of the Space Marine's sense of taste. It allows them to see a higher degree of individual and many common harmful chemicals. I think it's the next one. Oh, the maleficent oil. This is a organ that allows them to sweat oily, that allows them to be able to survive in much more less than fun environments like the Fenris in winter. That's why you see all those Fenris space wolves without helmets on. And they act like it's the winter. It's not even bothering them. The butcher's gland. This is two identical glands that implant in either the lower lip or alongside the salivary gland. This allows them to spit acid, allows them to spit a deadly poison and acid. So it's strong enough to burn through metal. We're only on phase 18. These are the paranoidal gland. This allows the two of these glands. It allows in the neck that into the chest cavity that allows them to produce more Space Marines and to create gene seed. And the last one is the chest carapace. This is a carapace armor that gets placed underneath the skin that allows them to interact with their power armor. And many more organs. To suffice it to say, it is a long process that oftentimes leads to either death or enslavement to the chapter. So, yeah, that's about it.
That's hardcore. But on that note, let's go into our political chat for the night. All right, this is the Purple People Party, for the people, by the people, of the people. Within that, we have the American bald eagle, the free bird, instead of a donkey or an elephant. We mix red, white, and blue together and get our own version of a purple, like a violet purple. And we use this to be for a third party because we believe in there should be terms on everything. There should be a third party to stop it from always having shift of control between two and making things worse, and constant football drama in a sense. Your team versus my team. We have our own views on things, and these are our thoughts, not yours. So here's a disclaimer, just in case, for copyright and anything else, for the videos we're going to be posting or putting up, and what we state and say. Nothing we do is for harm. It is just for our own thoughts of what we believe or see about this. This is something that's interesting. It's recently happened in a political way. I didn't know this existed until recently, but there's a whole Lego thing that happened with theft. And Nux here is gonna.
And I think it's when I heard it, I think it's just freaking funny as hell that people are getting so bent out of shape over Lego. But I understand why, because a lot of the Lego sets that well, let's watch the video first, so before we can discuss it.
They're expensive as balls.
To cover this, the moment my wife asked me, "Hey, did you cover the Lego dramas yet?" And I was like, "No, I'm too busy, worried about." My wife was like, "Drop it, yeah." To cover the insane Lego drama, incredibly viral. It's going to be like a 6-part series. There's definitely subscribe, and we will do all of it. Deep dive on the Lego drama lore. Apparently, this is a corrupted. It exposes a hugely corrupted part of government that's siding with big businesses, and people are telling me there's like a Mormon conspiracy involved, and corrupt judges and corrupt police officers. Dudes getting arrested. All right, lock in, boys and girls. Let's see what we got.
In his life, collecting what's now known as the world's largest Lego Star Wars collection ever. It's estimated to be worth around $2. And then the entire thing got stolen, and they're actively working with the thieves to cover the entire thing up. But the craziest part is that the collector doesn't even know that his collection's been stolen. Yeah, the collector's son, Brian, well, he reached out to me because he has no clue how to break this news to his dad.
At this point, my father had...
Hey, Dad, you lost your life savings. The corrupt business is doing something, and the government is working with the business because they're rich and stuff. Nothing we can do about it. Oopsie poopsie, many such cases. Which is why I think the number one purpose of government is law and order. I've always said this. It's in fact the only thing that I want them to do. I don't want them part of any other aspect of life. I don't want them involved in marriage. I don't want them involved in schooling. I don't want them involved in literally anything except for law and order. And they're fumbling it massive. Criminals, protect our borders. That's it. So we need a massively expedited criminal justice system where you can actually get information to the authorities and they do things. Because the truth is, we could just do things. Like, we have been so cucked as a society with PR slop after PR slop that we end up with nothing. All right. Let's see what we got.
A help episode, we can't bring any stress to him.
The reason he's reaching out to me is because the police are covering this entire thing up. And at this moment, I promised Brian that I would not end this video until I get his entire world record Star Wars collection back.
Okay.
Anyways, the thief of this collection is actually a corporation called Bricks and Minifigs.
There's no way this is going to be like a 6-episode series trying to get some Legos back from some giant Lego company, right? Right? Everyone told me to watch this, but
and Minifigs, the biggest toy store of its kind.
It's so far like a 3-parter.
Average Lego store for collectors. Bricks and Minifigs is basically
this was crazy.
It's insane. I mean, it's just like, first of all, you guys were already going to make money off of this. You were going to get a commission for the sale. That's what really bothers me about this whole thing. They were going to get money off of this. Oh. Yeah, he's going to get the majority, but you're still going to get your cut. And yet they just got greedy and then they stole it all.
Yeah, they stole it all, and then they could sell it all individually themselves and take the full price now. And then they'll just sue you into oblivion, or they'll make it so it takes so long you have to keep appealing and stuff to get. And you're going to waste your money because corporations like, I have more money than you. I have FU money. So what are you going to do? And that's what it is. And we need to stop having corporations run our shit.
Well, we also need to have the problem. The biggest problem with our justice system, and this goes across the board, is that if you bring a piece of paper to the courts and give it to the courts, they have to respond to that. And that's how these corporations work. They bury these people under litigation, even if all of it, even if it is it's going to get thrown out anyway. That's not the point. The point is to bury these people, because these people don't. A lot of normal folk don't have the money to fight these prolonged battles.
Nope.
And so it's just like it's paper terrorism at its best, and it's one of the biggest weaknesses of our justice system is that our courts get and it annoys the courts because they have to then take the time to set up the court date because and get it in front of a judge. So then the judge has to go, yeah, that's wrong, denied, and then he has to come back again and say, nope, denied. No, and it just annoys the judges because it wastes their time. And it's literally called paper terrorism. It's one of the biggest weaknesses of our justice system. Anyway, continue the video, please.
It's the best and safest way to sell your Lego collections.
Until now, I saw their stock dropped, bro. This is the most Jewish drama coverage of all time. I know something's bad because of the stock market. I didn't research the situation, but stock market don't lie.
Anything to do with that? It's
You're
taking my
not
local
wrong.
bricks and minifig.
Because there's so much positive media about them everywhere, Brian thought that this would be the perfect store to finally sell his dad's Lego Star Wars collection.
So I wrote up a contract.
In the contract, it says that these are still the family's Lego sets, but every time one gets sold, the store gets to keep a small percentage of each sale.
This was a store for
that makes
So
sense.
that store that night was nothing but my dad's collection. Like all the shelves filled. They had to bring in extra shelves and fill the whole party room with shelves.
But the owner of the franchise, this woman, well, her husband had to actually leave the country due to some work reasons.
My husband and I were planning on moving out of the country. I reached out to corporate to let them know, hey, this is something that's been in the next like 4 to 5 months.
She told the Bricks and Minifigs head that she was planning on selling the store, so the corporation actually was able to find a buyer to buy it from her.
They let me know that they had somebody who was interested in purchasing a franchise in the area. He was going to be in town and he was going to stop by and just take a look at it. It wasn't until Brandon got there that he informed me that
Can I just say the production value of this video is insane?
they were terminating my franchise agreement. We were getting threats from Brandon and from corporate that if we didn't leave the store immediately, the police were going to be called. I told corporate I wasn't comfortable leaving that night without the inventory. I was also told I was not going to be able to stay there long enough to do that inventory.
But we don't just have to take this woman's word for it. She was actually able to save all the security camera footage from that night, proving that everything she just said is true.
All the footage and evidence is there in the security cam footage. It's him at the store kicking her out. In that footage they sent us is Crystal asking him, how am I supposed to pay this guy? These are sets he has not been paid for.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage.
They have footage admitting they didn't pay the guy. It's over. How is this like a 4-episode long series or something? How are the cops involved arresting the wrong people? Like they admitted on camera in like the first minute of the expose.
Like not all cops were just the cops in that area were paid off.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
It's allegedly, But yeah. Yeah. I had to say allegedly for the other thing I said. Reasons.
Yeah, you're right. Good. Don't want to get sued. Allegedly, they got bribed, but
right.
It's kind of obvious.
Yeah. You see it in the film. It gets messed up. But it's a very long film, so we're going to only show a little bit more, and then we're going to go from there. Because that's just the one part.
His own corporation is sitting saying they're going to take it.
After this,
I mean, it's just the simple fact is they literally have.
I mean, that's
video
a pretty clean.
evidence.
That's a clean cut case right there.
Yep, but because they're a rich corporation and they have the said cops allegedly paid off in some kind of look the other way and do my bidding, they got away with it for a while. All of it. Until these guys with their YouTube channel just ruined them.
Secretary Rubio, have you been at more than me?
I know you don't like CNN. Just saying that. I know you don't like CNN.
Oh, I know. No, it's just, I get you. They can still sometimes do something, but it's like a clock's right twice a day. But it's still Information.
I chose this specifically because of, you'll see in a minute.
Secretary Rubio, have you been at more than one meeting where President Trump has fallen asleep?
That's false. That's false. I've never seen him fall asleep. On the contrary, the guy doesn't sleep, which is a big problem because he calls me at 2 a.m. He calls me at 5 a.m. And, you know, I like to sleep a little bit, maybe not 12 hours, but at least 6. So he works. The other day he was at the Oval Office until 12:30 p.m. 12:30 a.m. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to show you in a moment a video that shows you just lied to Congress.
Oh, okay.
So this is a video of a cabinet meeting literally from last month where Donald Trump is sleeping while you are talking. Please show this video.
Coalition of countries that line up behind the peace deal, behind the border peace, and it's still every day is a challenge, but it's been driven personally by the president. It's the reason why we're involved in this whole Ukraine-Russia conflict. That's not our war. It's not the president's war. This war started. It never would have happened.
Down and doing shit. Hell, you guys have too.
Okay, that right there, I have to say that one dude's incorrect because that's not Trump sleeping. Trump he tends to keep his eyes fairly closed a lot of the time, but it's not him sleeping. He just
that's still a form of like a meditation sleep anyway.
No, he's asleep. Yeah. You could tell this because if you look at the early part of the video, he's like this.
Yeah, but he's still hearing what's going on.
Yeah, he does that a lot actually, but he's not asleep. He's been doing that for years.
And he has dementia.
That's just being tired and being old and going through a bunch of stuff.
He has dementia.
Now Biden would fall asleep.
Oh yeah,
Biden
had
would straight
dementia.
up fall asleep.
Like he's getting there in age, but he doesn't have. It's not from just dementia. That's just falling asleep, getting old, like and being tired, especially dealing with all this stuff constantly. There's a lot of stress and strain he's dealing with, and he's still trying to keep his cool. I'm surprised he hasn't fully snapped.
Anyway, continue the video.
But yeah, go ahead. He dozed off for a moment.
But this war's going on, and the president is trying to end it.
I'm going to ask you to come clean with the American people and the White House as well. There's something wrong with Donald Trump's health or cognitive abilities. There's a reason he keeps going to the hospital and they keep giving him cognitive tests. We have not seen the president in 8 days.
I need to ask
the American people deserve the truth. I yield back.
I don't even know how to respond to that other than to tell you that it's absurd and ridiculous. And I can't believe we're in a Foreign Affairs Committee meeting in front of the House, an important time in American foreign policy.
Just keep lying, Secretary Rubio. Just keep lying.
Supposedly someone who thinks he's a medical expert when he's not. The truth of the matter is we had a cognitively impaired president in office a few years ago. That's a cognitively impaired president, but I don't like to talk about that because it weakens America. This president we have, this is a guy that literally doesn't sleep. He works day and night, long hours, every single day. I don't know if you haven't seen him in 8 days. I saw him yesterday. I didn't see him today, but yesterday because I was in Congress the day before. I talked to him at all hours of the day and night. He works inhumane hours. Okay, I've been on foreign trips with the president that he doesn't sleep in the whole flight. And everyone else is sleeping on the plane, and he's, wandering the hallways looking for someone to wake up and talk to. That people are. So I don't know what you're referring to, but he has an incredible amount of energy. I'm just telling you, you may not like his policies. You may not like his policies. You may not like the decisions he's made, but I assure you, this is not a president that sleeps or is cognitively impaired in any way, shape, or form. And in fact, is incredibly active, much more so in many cases than much younger people that are around. Those are facts. I see it every day. You're not going to agree because you have another narrative that you want to push, but those are the facts.
I just showed you 3 videos of him sleeping. Secretary Rubio.
He has dementia. I have no doubt in my mind. He has dementia.
I don't think he would. I think maybe if he had a small stage in the beginning, maybe, but I don't think it's anything near what you're saying in that way. Like, I'm thinking maybe if there would be, allegedly, it'd be a small amount, but it wouldn't be like he's actually there yet. There's just also the whole fatigue of just being old, going through a bunch, and dealing with all the stress and strain and being the president. Like, get the whole weight on your shoulders, right?
And it's like the senator was just saying that he works inhumane hours. Like,
yeah,
he
listen
doesn't
to that part.
sleep. Yeah, he's gonna be an exhausted person. And that look that he has on his face during that interview, that's a look that he's had on his face for years. He used to make that look a lot of the time when he was bored of something, when he was on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
That is a standard Trump look.
I'm going to tell you, it's kind of a thing that happened to me a lot, sadly, was when I was in church. Didn't matter if I was freshly awake, I had coffee, energy drink in me, caffeine pill, something, it didn't matter. I'd be sitting in there and they'd start preaching and I'd be listening and listening and listening and listening. And then I got slapped by the priest. He'd slap me and tell me to wake up and make me an example. It happened a lot. Like, I mean a lot. But I learned my lesson.
There's a right-wing wave sweeping across the entire world right now. Men have been just endlessly fatigued with the current bureaucratic hellscape that we've been living in, just forced upon us by the feminized overlords doing their best to castrate as many children as they can. Their actual raison d'etre actually is these days. So not only is LA looking like it's actually going to have a Republican mayor, but it looks like all of England is going far right, as they say it with trepidation. I love how they just label it far right, and it's just like normal people. You know, for those mainly Pakistani men who have inflicted the very worst pain imaginable on innocent British children, please know this: there will come a day when the power of the British state that concealed your atrocious crimes for so very long is turned against you. It will be swift, it will be brutal, it will be severe.
So there's that. Oh yeah, this though with the Rupert Lowe. Like, dude, this
Because
guy,
if Restore
Rupert
Britain-
Lowe, he's the man. Like this guy, dude, right here.
Snip of power, there will be a reckoning. I promise you that. We will show you the same mercy you should our girls. Your race or religion will not protect you any longer. A message will be sent that is heard across the world. If you rape our children, you will pay for it, and you will pay for it with everything. That
Yes.
is what Restore Britain will do. And this very deeply
I agree.
because Rupert
I
Lowe
agree.
actually was able to talk about the rape gangs in the British Parliament yesterday. This was censored
That is
everywhere.
dark.
All right, the establishment
I
media spent 10 days
heard it.
smearing
It is
Rupert's
dark.
name through every imaginable opportunity, yet not a single outlet has covered this speech. They all despised him. Well, I am not the British media, but I do get more views than every single British mainstream media system on like my average daily video view count. So, you know, I'm going to do what
And
I
he's
can
got-
to help, because this guy actually went through and did a private investigation on the rape gangs, and what he heard will shock you.
Firstly, I would like to thank the 260,974 British men and women who signed the petition to make this debate possible. And I want to welcome these brave survivors who are sitting behind us in the hall. This debate is about them. As you quite rightly say, it's not about politics. I want the world to hear what we heard during the 2 weeks of our independent rape gang inquiry hearings, an inquiry that should never have needed to happen. I sincerely urge this Parliament to listen to the testimonies from these brave survivors.
Believe all women unless they were raped by a Muslim, you know? That's just the rules.
And to act, finally act. So the first testimony.
What's wrong there? It's the fucked up part.
He took his pants down.
Trigger warning, by the way. This video will not be getting monetized.
Had sex with me. He then stopped before ejaculation.
We're not really much
Picked
anyways
up the
right
bottle
now.
of Jack Daniels, which was now empty.
And we're near the end anyway,
And he
so by the
forced it
time
up
they
inside
even
me.
check this part, they'd be so
He
irritated
broke the
with
glass
hard hit
while he was there.
Oh my God.
At that point, nearly
Oh God.
another testimony. I was held down by the men as they each took turns to
Yeah.
orally,
So as you can
vaginally
see-
rape me, taking it in turns to pin down my arms and my legs.
That's disgusting. It's messed up. Now, this is the stuff that we're talking about. This is the thing that has been brought into the country because of the open borders. Stuff like that. It's gotten bad, and people are starting to fight back against it because you should be proud of being of what nation or nationality you are. But they're proud of their nation and nationality, but they're bringing it to yours and taking over yours. Interesting. White House. Hello.
If the president's in such perfect health, why does he keep going back in for checkups?
I think he likes the results. He does really well. He aces the test every single day, and I do actually believe that he is curious to make sure everything is going in the right direction. He's a very meticulous person.
The first question is very easy. The first question is very easy. And they say, which is the giraffe? They say, which one is the
That's
bear?
actually not how
Name
the
the
test
horse.
works. That's
Which
not what
is the squirrel?
If the president's in such perfect
I
health,
think
why
he
does he
was
keep
just
going back in
trolling.
for checkups?
The thing is, it's not that the kind of test. How Donald Trump is describing that test he's taking is not how the test works. It's not oh yeah, this is a squirrel. Oh yeah, this is no. What they're trying to see is how long it takes you to. It's a way of seeing how long it takes you to identify the specific thing. It's not a pass or fail kind of test. It's a test that to help determine where you are in mentally. That's how that test is working.
And he's still doing pretty good. Sometimes he does have this, usually small clips. Yeah, you need to find like full on clips that show, not just cuts. Cuts that it's anybody can get anything on anybody on that stuff. Like there's going to be cuts of us in the future, and people are going to be taking them out of context. I know how it is when people take things out of context. I'm a very big advocate for protecting people now that people lie and take things out of context. Happens a lot.
Context is key when trying to uncover the truth.
Exactly. And once people found out, like when I had to deal with, they found out the truth that I've been telling the truth the whole time and I wasn't lying. Bada bing, bada boom. Everybody got quiet and went, oh, Henry was right. But with that, when it comes down to it and everything, like, he's saying different ones, different doctors probably. And even then, if he's taking a bunch and he's choosing to himself, maybe he's the one that's worried and he's getting checked up and making sure it's like, hey, I got power in the big red button. When I fail one or more of these tests, you guys need to just take me out of office. And he's probably doing something like that because he's already stated he has a contingency plan. He has plans back up for if something happens, and then J.D. Vance can take over, and then Rubio is going to be behind him as the VP behind, and while Vance becomes president at the time. And that there's already a backup plan and everything else in term if something happens.
Plus, that guy didn't say that. Plus, he didn't say he was taking tests that were a fail or succeed kind of thing. He said that he most likely is doing it because he likes seeing the results, knowing that everything is still in good working order.
Yeah, that's the thing I was saying. Like he wants to check himself to make sure things are functioning. He's probably worried that it's starting to happen. He probably knows. He's just still like inconscious and control, but there might be times where he may not be, but it's probably when he starts getting extremely exhausted, and that's usually when that stuff starts happening, is when you start getting really tired. Because then your brain's not functioning right, you start screwing up. I know how that is. Don't overwork yourself to the point where you start shutting down. It's not good, especially when you're driving. Jeez, it's so scary when you just a couple seconds and then you're about to hit a wall or a tree or a rock or another car and man.
Oh, it's nerve-wracking when you accidentally doze off, come back to, and realize there's a cop behind you.
Oh yeah, that's terrifying. So yeah, is there there's another video here? Or?
Now, as someone that likes winning very much,
Oh my God,
that's
no.
me. I'm the guy that
Sorry.
likes winning very much. Spencer
Oh,
Pratt has a
love this.
75% chance to advance in today's LA mayor election. It is today, and our boy is winning. I've been campaigning for this man. This man needs to win. We will flip LA red. It will be the ultimate white pill. All right, do not panic. All right, we actually just need normal human beings, preferably heterosexual males that have a nice family, a wife and children, that believes in God, that's like, actually, we should just lock up the criminals. That's literally my dream ticket. I'm a simple man. I only want the government for law and order. Aside from that, I don't want the government. I don't even want it to exist, to be honest. But law and order, it's the only thing I want. Literally. So anyway, Spencer Pratt, Republican, flipping LA. This is insane. So the New York Times is going insane. Absolute insanity. So the New York Times posted this, the former reality star's dark visions of Los Angeles are resonating in heated mayoral race, even if they're far from the truth. And he responds, the New York Times is denying 6 people dying in our streets in LA every single day, including the one who died this morning on Skid Row's live stream. Just like Nithya Raman, the New York Times is from the East Coast, and they have no clue how bleak things are in LA. This is him being nice, but actually they're just lying and evil. All right. Like, this publication will go out there and say, oh my God, there's a transgender genocide because you don't want penises in the women's bathroom. And then the same article will be like, actually, hobos lighting dogs on fire is awesome, actually. Unironically. They're trying everything to get this man to lose. They're terrified that he's winning. And the craziest part is he's resonating among the liberals. The liberals are going for Spencer Pratt, like the normal libtards. There aren't a lot of them, but there are some apparently. Bill Maher, Trump derangement syndrome out the wazoo.
From your kid's house anymore. You want to make sure the drug addict and crackhead isn't trying to like sell drugs to your kid. It's simple, especially after going, hey, a bunch of your houses were burnt down, right? Yeah. All of you are homeless because of it, right? Yeah. It's their fault. And that's all he's doing. He's pointing out that it's their fault. Stop trying to blame someone that's on the right or someone that's in the center when it's the people that are running it that are sadly in the blue states that are screwing up. I'm not trying to be a dick, but look, a penis, like, what the hell? And then even then, the right sides do occasionally, screw up every once in a while. So do the center. But not as bad as what's been going on with the left, but that's because there's been so much corruption ingrained into them now. It's so deep. It's ridiculously deep, and it scares me. Is that what the deep state is? And they've just been using it as a front? I'm not suicidal, by the way. Just letting you guys know before something happens. I love my life and my wife and my kids and happiness and life. And my homies. I'm not here to die. All right. At least not yet. Not until we have to family. Go ahead.
Getting destroyed by Spencer Pratt.
This state constantly everything and over-regulating everything. I know. I did whole bits about how it took me 3 years to get the solar turned on. Solar, something they want you to have.
All right. You would think that Spencer Pratt would be like, yeah, the government's incompetent. But his answer is literally a million times better than that.
But now they're taxing you, I think, for having it.
They are?
I think so.
What do you mean you think so? You have
I think,
to know,
I don't need to know about solar,
Okay,
I need to focus on making sure the moms are safe and the animals are not being abused. That's my party.
Then
I know, but if you're the mayor...
The solar panel...
That's what matters. He holds to what matters. The moms be safe and the dogs, not be abused. If you're hurting animals, you're definitely going to hurt a person. Ain't right. The only time you need to is in self-defense if an animal's coming at you like crazy or something, or same thing with the person. That's the only time you ever need to do violence. It's only in self-defense. It should never be just right off rip.
Well, that's going to be somebody I'm hiring. That's right. My deputy mayor is going to worry about the solar panels.
No. Look, man, I hope your solar panels aren't fine. They're raping children on Skid Row.
Yep.
I got bad news. If you're the mayor, you are going to have to learn some of these issues more.
They try to make him sound like a dumbass. They're like, oh, Spencer Pratt, you're just a dumbass. You don't know these things. And his response is just gold.
We're about 3 years from worrying about solar panels. We need to get all the naked drug addicts off of the sidewalks, and then I can worry about solar panels.
But we can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
With the state of LA right now, solar panels, you just...
Yeah, you don't
just because you can't walk and chew gum at the same time doesn't mean other people can't.
Yeah, and even then he's more focused on the concept of let's focus on the first task and stop taxing on all these other things. One thing at a time. Let's take care of what is actually affecting everybody. Then we go from there. That's how I am. Let's break it down and resolve things. One thing at a time. I have the whole galaxy glowing behind me now. It's really cool.
What kind of face is that?
That looks like he sat down on something sharp. And he was like, ah! He's like me when I'm going to the bathroom.
I think he's a wrestler.
Yeah, this is
Uh-huh.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. He's a little crazy, but he's cool. Great wrestler. I've met him.
I got banned from Fox because I came out and said the United States be surprised that they were attacked when we've been practicing it for over 50 years. And the person at Fox TV got all indignant and said, how can you say that? Give me an example. I said, well, how about country of Cuba? Cuba's done nothing to us. Yet we've had an embargo against Cuba. We've blown up ships in their harbor. We've attempted to assassinate their president on multiple occasions. We simply call it foreign policy. Plus, you have a mindset in this country that our government can't be evil. And people need to understand governments are made up of people. People can be evil. If you don't believe it, go talk to the German people back in the 1930s. They would agree that governments can become evil. It's our job as citizens not to allow that to happen and not to allow to have our freedoms taken away.
That's why. Like,
not just that, but also not just Cuba, but also look at Costa Rica and Puerto Rico that America has fully taken over.
Yeah. Puerto Rico's much better than it used to be. I dated a few Puerto Ricans. They told me how it was.
That's still invasion. That's still invasion. That's still terrorism.
And we took them over and protected them to a certain extent, and then some ways we did, push on things, but it's more of we're doing the protection part because they want everybody to be big brother and they wanted us to flip the bill. If we're flipping the bill, then we got to put our tanks there, because what happens if somebody comes in there and you don't enforce the law? That's the point. They have to show muscle. They have to show strength. It's not that's nice, let's keep it so there's no weapons or anything. No, because then the enemy is going to come right in and they're going to whoopeth your asseth and make you a punk ass bitch. Punk ass bitch, you suck a dick. Oh, sorry. I thought it was funny. Look at me failing again. I love it. When it comes to that though, as we've noticed and everything, like America's doing the right thing by stopping all the bad people now. After all the terrorism, after all the corruption, we're sick and tired of it. I'm glad we're fixing that. And that's what the whole Purple People Party is for, is to correct the error. I'm done with it just being Democratic versus Republican. No matter how many times they say there's other parties, no, they need to make a solidified third party that you always see in there as well. I don't care if the polls are lower still on them. They will build and grow over time and shift accordingly when they need to, because the middle is where most of the people are, is the Purple People Party. When you mix red, white, and blue together, this is what you get. And it works. And it's better than representation of an elephant or a donkey. It's better to represent, which we always promote as a American bald eagle anyways. And it works great. And looks awesome, thanks to DJ Thunderbase and his inspiration and skills. And on that note, we also have the Chaotic Era Odyssey. It is the umbrella of everything that we do here, and we all worked and created together to make our own company. The world is chaotic. It is a new era. It is our Odyssey. And on that, we have the GMK, the Grey Mercenary Knights, which we do like stunt performances, combat, movies, stuff like what we're doing with the movies we showed you earlier, like the stuff with Knuckle Sandwich Studios, the GMK, doing our little combat stuff and performances and everything. It's fun, and using prop weapons and everything. On that, we have the Chaotic Minds. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. till about 10:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Dark Pepper, you have anything to say before?
Tune in on Sunday for the Rolling to Die podcast, where we, as at least the three of us, are going to be playing D&D.
Oh, yes. We'll be playing, continuing our episode. We're on part 2, now we're on part 3. Can we survive the ocean before we even get to the enemy ship? Because of the giant creatures and sea things, like this is going to be an interesting little side quest. But on that note, Thunderbase Studios, anything for you to promote before we end this tonight?
Nothing at the moment.
All right. And remember, this is the Chaotic Minds, brought to you by CEO and Sunday Deuce. Wow, I can't say your. I can't speak Japanese.
Sunday Bisu.
Thank you, Sunday Bisu Productions, for DJ Thunderbase. You guys have a good night now.